Let's explore few additional data manipulation techniques. We've already explored group by, which is an equivalent of SQL group by. We have four more new functions to look at. That is merge, join, concat, and pivot. Now the names merge and join might seem counterintuitive, but then merge in pandas is equivalent to the same vanilla one which we have in SQL. So you have an inner join or you have an outer join. The difference between join in pandas is merge in pandas happens on a specified column and join in pandas happens only on the index. There's definitely a way to augment for that to be applied on a different column. Let's keep it simple. Concat is simple. We can horizontally concat two data frames or we can vertically concat two data frames. And pivot is the same one which you would have used already in Excel or R. Let's handle them one by one. The first one being merge. To explore merge, we need two tables or two data frames. One will be the left one and the other will be the right one. The left and the right data frames will be joined on a specified key. Now let's have df as the original table as the left table, which is right now having the shape of 12 columns. So let's keep the left table as df. Now this might not be necessary, but I'm just renaming the left table to df. So the left stands for the original data set. Now the right table will be the one which we create by aggregating something. Now from the same table, let's aggregate satisfaction level at the sales column. So we say df dot group by, and in group by we pass the column sales and we aggregate satisfaction level with the mean. Now one thing we need to add over here, like earlier, is as index is equal to false, because we need the sales as a column in the resultant data frame. If you execute this, we have the right table ready. We made a misspell. My apologies. Let's execute them once again. The right table is ready. Now, if we look at the right table, we have a table of 10 rows and 2 columns. Now the idea is to merge this table with the original table, that is the left table, on the column sales. Now this column, satisfaction level, let's rename this to something else, just for the sake of simplicity. So let's say right dot columns is equal to the original one remains sales, and the new one could be satisfaction index. Probably a fancy word, but that's fine. Now once this is done, I'll say df merged is equal to pd dot merge. I'll provide the left table, which is left, the right table, which is named as right, and then the condition how. How in this scenario will be inner. The default one is inner. We can actually ignore this, but then let's keep it for simplicity. And then finally we'll say on is equal to the column on which we want the join to happen, and that would be sales. If you execute this command, you can see that df merged over here is a data frame with 13 columns. The 13th column is actually the new column which we have added from the right one. Just explore it, take expanded view. We can see satisfaction index coming into the account for the new table, and this will be in sync with the sales value. So when the value of sales column is sales, you'll have an appropriate value for that satisfaction index. If you go down further and check for a different value of the sales column, you'll actually see the value of satisfaction index will be a different one. There seems to be some issue with the scroll. Now it's fine. Alright. You can see a different value of sales, that is HR, and you can see correspondingly a different value of satisfaction index. So the merge seems to happen alright. What next? You can play around with this merge function on left and right joins. It's exactly in sync with the SQL left and right join. If in case your exposure to SQL joins is limited, I would recommend you to have a simple walkthrough over the internet with a couple of SQL-related articles, or the join or the merge articles on pandas. It will help you to understand the merging functionality in pandas much better.